You touch my hand like a passing breeze, too fast, too faint to ever cease. We were close but far inside, saying nothing with our eyes. And now I lie awake and trace the space you used to softly grace. There were moments we let slip, love lingering on our lips, kisses we forgot to feel. They brushed like smoke, never real. We held each other like routine, but missed the meaning in between. Now silence tastes like what we lost, and warmth is measured by the cost of kisses we forgot to feel, that should have told us how to heal. I wore your name like second skin, but never let your edges in. We danced through nights without a sound, two strangers spinning, breaking down. We smiled through all the quiet flaws, but never stopped to feel the pause in every touch we didn't see. Now whispers what will never be. Kisses we forgot to feel, too numb to know what they could heal. We touched like shadows, soft and cold, too young to know what hearts should hold. Now time rewinds where we won't go, and every kiss we didn't know is haunting what was once so near. Kisses we forgot to feel are here. Not every goodbye starts with leaving. Sometimes it's born from barely breathing, and I would give the world to steal just one kiss we forgot to feel. Kisses we forgot to feel, like songs we never let turn real. We brushed past love with tired eyes. Now all that lingers is the why. We had the time, we had the skin, but missed the soul that lived within. Kisses we forgot to feel still ache beneath the things we seal. They fade but never disappear, the kisses we forgot to feel still near. You sat two bar stools down, eyes like they've been rained on for years. I didn't ask where you came from, you didn't ask about my tears, but the silence pulled us closer still, and your voice was soft but real. We spoke in echoes, slow and slow, like only the night would know. It was night talk between strangers, no names, no lies, just broken layers. We shared more than most lovers do, and that hour we both came unglued. No promises, no morning plans, just hurt held gently in someone's hands. Night talk between strangers. Sometimes that's where healing begins. You told me how the leaving felt. I told you where my silence dwells. We traded truths like cigarettes, burning slow with no regrets. And I swear for just that little while, you wore my sadness with a smile. The world outside just disappeared, like the only thing that mattered was here. It was night talk between strangers. No masks, no pride, just quiet anchors. We didn't need to make it last. Some things live only in the past. No pressure, no strings to bend, just a soft place for a heart to mend. Night talk between strangers. Sometimes we don't need the end. You got off on 7th Street, I never caught your name, but somewhere deep inside of me, I'm glad you never came to stay. It was night talk between strangers. Two lost hearts with open chambers, just passing through but hurt so deep. You gave me something I could keep. No forever, no long goodbyes, just two souls beneath quiet skies. Night talk between strangers. Sometimes that's the safest kind. Yeah, night talk between strangers. And I still thank the night for your light. It's just fabric, wood and springs, but it knows our quietest things. The weight of words we couldn't say, and how we sat when hearts gave way. It doesn't move, it doesn't speak, but it held us when we were weak. From whispered jokes to sleepless cries, it's seen through all our thin disguise. The sofa remembers where we laid our pain, where your jacket fell, and I cried in the rain. Every lean, every glance, every second chance, it still holds the shape of us in the middle of the dust. The sofa remembers even when we forget us. We shared popcorn, spilled some wine. You fell asleep on me sometimes. There's still a thread from your old jeans, and echoes where the silence leans. I sit alone but not quite free. You left but you still sit with me, in cushions carved by love and fight, by Sunday talks and sleepless nights. The sofa remembers every small collapse, the way I curled in your absence perhaps. Every smile, every tear is somehow still here, pressed into the arms, and seems like the ghosts of all our dreams. The sofa remembers even more than it seems. I could change the room, I could sell it away, but what if some part of you would beg me to let it stay? 'Cause the sofa remembers what we tried to hide, what we brushed off of, when we swallowed our pride. It forgave, it endured, every moment blurred. It still carries us in folds, more than memory ever told. The sofa remembers, and it never let go. So I sit here slow, and the sofa still knows. You don't shout, you don't chase, but somehow I still lose my place. Every glance like a tide, pulling me deep on the inside. You touch like silk, but you burn so slow. I fall a little more and never know where you end and where I begin. This quiet pool beneath my skin. Velvet gravity, you hold me soft but tight. No chains, no weight, still I can't fight. You sink into me with every breath you steal. So slow, so sweet, but it's the deepest I feel. You never ask, you never plead, but your silence is all I need. One word from you and I'm undone, like dust surrendering to the sun. I keep pretending I'm still free, but you're the ground beneath my feet. This love's not loud, it's low and wide, but I'm already pulled inside. Velvet gravity, you hold me soft but tight. No chains, no weight, still I can't fight. You sink into me with every breath you steal. So slow, so sweet, but it's the deepest I feel. We're floating, falling, don't need wings. You're in the quiet of all things. The stars don't rush, but still they move, and I keep orbiting around you. Velvet gravity, you're the force I never see, but every time you look at me, I come apart so beautifully. You pull me under with love that doesn't scream. So slow, so sweet, like a never-ending dream. You don't even try, but I can't say goodbye. Velvet gravity, you make me wanna stay and sing quietly. There's a crack in the door where the night still breathes, letting in echoes I swore I'd leave. You're a whisper on the hardwood floor, a sigh I don't wait for, but I still adore. Try to lock it, try to close, but some things never fully go. And silence isn't always kind, it plays your name across my mind. The moonlight left open and the shadows drifting, carrying pieces of what we could have been. I lay here frozen while your memory speaks. corners I never sweep clean, you're still somewhere in between. I've moved the photos, I've changed the sheets, but some ghosts live in the spaces between. Your cologne still fades in the air, in places I forget you were ever there. It's not loud, it's not bold, it's just the way the midnight holds every part of what we knew, like it's not done with me or you. The moonlight left open and the shadows drifting, carrying pieces of what we could have been. I lay here frozen while your memory spins. In the corners I never sweep clean, you're still somewhere in between. Maybe some doors are meant to shut, maybe love is just soft and rough, and every night's a little theft of the light you never really left. The moonlight left open and the past sneaks through. I don't reach for it, but it still feels like you. I breathe in broken and exhale the truth. Some hearts don't ever fully close, they just learn how to let it go slow. So I leave it unspoken, with the moonlight left open. Only she could know. Her voice is soft but frayed with years, each note a thread that hides her tears. The melody's a little torn from nights she cried when no one warned that lullabies don't always heal. They sometimes sing what's still too real. The static in her lullaby, a quiet crack where dreams go dry. She sings but not without the pain, like raindrops tapping on the pane. It's not perfect, but it's true. Each broken chord still shining through. There's static in her lullaby, but love is louder than the lie. She rocks the past in borrowed time, a rhythm stitched in minor lines. Her cradle's carved from sleepless nights, but still she hums to hold the light. No one sees the tears she hides behind the hush, beneath the sighs. But every verse she dares to give is proof that hurting hearts still live. wraps the dark in something rare. There's static in her lullaby, but peace can hum where fault lines lie. She sings to ghosts, she sings to scars, and somehow still lights up the dark. It's not flawless, but it flies through every note, through every why. There's static in her lullaby, but still the child in her survives. There's static in her lullaby, but love is what she leaves behind.
She walks like twilight, never in a rush. Eyes like records left to gather dust. Her smile's a song from far away, playing low but it wants to stay. She hums in colors the world can't see, wears her silence like jewelry, and every step a soft refrain of love and loss that still remain. She breathes in minor, every sigh a note of blue, graceful in a sorrow like the moon that never knew. She don't cry loud, but the sadness sings through. She breathes in minor, and it's the most beautiful truth. Her laugh is laced with something thin, like joy that knows where pain has been. She folds the daylight into lace, but carries midnight on her face. No need for words, the air will tell. She dances soft inside her shell, a melody too deep to play, but you can feel it anyway. She breathes in minor, every sigh a note of blue, graceful in her sorrow like the moon that never knew. She don't cry loud, but the sadness sings through. She breathes in minor, and it's the most beautiful truth. Don't mistake her quiet for the end. She's just a song that won't pretend. She doesn't break, she bends in style, holding heartbreak with a smile. She breathes in minor, in chords the heart can't fake, wearing wounds like velvet that no storm could ever take. She don't need light to shine her way through. She breathes in minor and turns pain into something true. Yes, she breathes in minor, and the world listens too. There's a weight in the room I didn't ask for, like rain at the edge of a closing door. No knock, no name, no warning sign, just a hush that moves down my spine. And I try to smile like skies stay clear, but the weather in me doesn't always hear what I want, what I say, what I fake. It just rolls in anyway. Clouds don't apologize, they just cover the blue. Feelings come and stay, even when you don't want them to. They don't knock, they don't speak, they just settle indeed. Clouds don't apologize, and neither does what's underneath. I laugh like nothing's pressing down, but I'm moving slower now. Some thoughts floating like mystic glass. You see through them, but they still last. I try to hold the sunshine tight, but shadows stretch inside the light. And some storms don't need a sound, just a heart that won't come down. Clouds don't apologize, they just cover the blue. Feelings come and stay, even when you don't want them to. They don't knock, they don't speak, they just settle in deep. Clouds don't apologize, and neither does what's underneath. Maybe that's the way we feel. Real things never need to kneel. They don't ask to be let in, they just arrive and begin. Clouds don't apologize, but they still make room for stars. And even in the heaviest skies, you can find out who you are. So let them come, let them stay, let the tears fall if they may. Clouds don't apologize, but maybe that's okay. No, they never say sorry, they just stay, and then they drift away. Don't say too much, just stay a while. Let your quiet be my favorite sound. You don't have to draw the sky, just the way your eyes calm mine down. I don't need grand declarations or poetry spun from the stars. Just the way you breathe beside me tells me everything you are. So paint me in silence, in colors you don't name. Let your presence be the canvas, let your heartbeat frame the flame. You don't have to speak aloud to show me what is real. Paint me in silence, and I'll know just how you feel. Trace my thoughts with steady hands, even if you never understand. It's not answers that I seek, just someone who lets me be weak. You don't
So paint me in silence. No brush, no rhyme, no line. Just the stillness in your arms, telling me you're mine. You don't have to promise loud to make this love feel real. Paint me in silence, and I believe what you reveal. Paint me in silence, and I'll never need the rest to heal.
I sat where the silence grows, in a room the light forgot to hold. Thought I'd find nothing but the ache, but something gentle stayed awake. It didn't shout, it didn't shine, but it wrapped around this heart of mine, like a whisper in a winter cold, like a lifeline in a single note. There's warmth in the hollow where I thought I'd break, a hush of gold in the cracks I tried to fake. It's not loud, it's not wide, but it holds me from inside. There's warmth in the hollow where sorrow and hope collide. I found comfort in the in-between, where tears don't drown but come out clean. The pain didn't ask to leave, but it sat down and let me breathe. And maybe healing's not a flame, but something soft that learns your name. It doesn't rush, it doesn't chase, just finds its way through empty space. There's warmth in the hollow where I thought I'd fall, a quiet grace that answers without a call. It's not full, it's not bright, but it's enough to light the night. There's warmth in the hollow where wrong begins to feel right. And I don't need to be complete to feel the earth beneath my feet. Even emptiness can hold a little light, a little gold. There's warmth in the hollow where my shadows sleep, a peace that hums where the ache runs deep. Not a fire, not a flame, just the strength to speak my name. There's warmth in the hollow, and I think I'll be okay. There's warmth in the hollow where the quiet